Motivational Koko here. Okay, here's the one I was telling you about yesterday. Beware, 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 beware. Moods and attitudes are contagious. Okay, Facebook is kind of funny like that. If you think about Facebook, people will post something negative, and mostly negative kind of stuff gets lots and lots of responses, and lots of us like piling on negative. But if you notice, if somebody walks into the room who's negative, they kind of drag everything down. They drag it down. They drag it down. Okay, it's contagious. Somebody, and it kind of and it exponentially becomes negative. I mean, it gets really ugly really fast. There was a city thing yesterday that I decided not to go to because I knew it was going to regress into some sort of a really evil circle jerk. And nothing much was going to come of it. It was just going to be a few people patting themselves on the back, the city and another group patting themselves on the back, and everybody kind of nodding like, kind of a stuff, and nothing was going to come of it. And I knew that I would just get frustrated and blurt something out because I'm a, throw a kick the table over kind of guy and say this is bullshit kind of stuff. If it looks like bullshit and it smells like bullshit and it's, it's being thrown around like bullshit, it's bullshit. And no matter, how much you roll it in sugar and, it's still bullshit. So, and I knew that once it got started, it would escalate. It's like, going down the drain. It goes faster and faster and down and down. When you walk into a situation, if you're in a good mood, and and I know it's happened to everybody, you walk into a room and somebody, and the attitude is kind of on a iffy, kind of negative, it just kind of spirals down. A lot of people make comments about me. I'm always like this, and I walk into a room, and sometimes I can be this energetic and be negative sometimes, but it doesn't come off as being all that negative because once again, it's really not. Earlier I keep talking about overcoming obstacles. In fact, a couple of these ago, I talked about punching a hole in your obstacle. You can go around obstacles for a while, but at some point you got to overcome them. And you punch a hole and you look inside and say, "That's all it is? Really? That's all it is?" And I work with enough people who have enough obstacles that I have to kick them down or help them kick them down and realize it's bullshit. And that sometimes people think I'm being negative. I have a very dear friend who I used to spend a lot of time with who really has pushed away because she felt I'm being negative. And I was just bringing, but the problem is I'm making her doubt some of the things, some of the crap that she believes. And she doesn't want to do that. I mean, it's like, how negative are you being? It's like, I'm not being negative. What's happening is you're listening to what I'm saying and realizing that I'm right, and you don't want me to be right. You want me to be wrong, but you know in here I'm right. In here you think I'm wrong, but in here I'm right. And it runs it's in conflict to what you've been taught. All those situations in your life where the things that the only limitations. You've put limitations and obstacles in front of yourself. The ones you've placed before yourself are the ones you've allowed others to place before you. So once again, it's a situation where you're, it may sometimes seem like I'm negative because I'm showing you that this thing you're holding up as, ooh, yeah, but it's like it's this gigantic wall that's 60 feet high and as wide as you can imagine, and you can't get past it, and you can't grow, you can't move forward, you can't enhance your life, you can't get a better relationship, you can't do anything because you've got this wall or this trench or whatever you want to, whatever you want to call it in your way. I'm trying to help you climb out. I'm trying to help you knock it down, whatever you want to think of it. You've got a situation where you've got to watch who you surround yourself with, because moods, attitudes are contagious. People will drag you down if they can. And the more the unhappy people, there's, there's comfort in numbers. So, they'll say certain things and all of a sudden you'll respond to something. You'll say, this is bullshit, this is bullshit, this is bullshit. And they'll say one thing that you'll say, yeah, okay. And then they've got you. And once they've hooked you, then they pull you in, and now suddenly you're in their little world of dissatisfaction, and they've dragged you down. And it's sometimes hard to get out of that. And like I said, you've got to be careful who you surround yourself with. Your friends may be negative. I had friends who turned out to be racist, who wound up being homophobic, who wound up being, xenophobic. They were afraid of everything. And it was like, and the day I realized it, I'm thinking, whoa, and I wasn't like that, but I didn't say anything. Yes, last time I said, when you get pissed, when somebody says something that's bullshit, you get up and say, this is bullshit, or you just walk out. You get away from those people. And it winds up I was getting away from those people more than I was staying with those people. So all of a sudden one day I just stopped being with those people. And I'm a lot happier for it. So beware of attitudes. Other people can drag you down. Now if you can find people like me who are always like this and up and stuff, you walk into the room and it's like electric and everybody's smiling and laughing and joking and making fun of, you're making fun of yourself. That's where you want to be. Koko, out.